Hello! Welcome back to the last of the trilogy reviews for The Lord of the Rings. I'm now finally at Return of the King. I watched it the same day I watched The Two Towers, and it took me a good bit to get through it. Not because of it's bad or anything, it's a 2 hour, not 2 hour, it's a 3 hour, 10-minute movie, whereas the other 10 minutes or so is made up of credits. And yeah, so I know in my Two Tower review, I said that Return of the King would probably be my favorite of the trilogy. And now having seen it, I can definitely say I was wrong. It's not my favorite of the trilogy. Um, but that doesn't mean I did not like it. I did. I really did. There's only two things that I did not like about that. And we'll get to that now in a second. But yeah, overall, I thought Return of the King was a pretty good movie. It's way better than The Two Towers, that's for sure. But I still enjoyed Fellowship that bit more. To me, Fellowship is the best of the trilogy. As a first time watch through, I loved Fellowship more than I did Twin Towers in this movie. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean I didn't enjoy my time, exploring Middle Earth and these movies, because I did. I actually loved them. Um, but yeah, the only two things again that I did not like is the fact that it's 3 hours and 10 minutes, and some diehard Lord of the Ring fans would have wanted me to watch the extended edition of all three movies, and I can definitely tell you right now, that's not happening. I refuse now to watch the extended edition. Yes, I enjoyed my time watching these movies, but I barely got through 3 hours of these three movies in one sitting. It's just there's just so much happening in it for me to fully sit down and watch the full 3 hour movies, because I took some breaks. But yeah, I liked it. I liked how it wrapped everything up. I love the epilogue, you know, though the epilogue to me kind of stretched out a bit. I think my new favorite character from this movie is Samwise Gamgee. He in throughout this movie, like, he is the definition of a best friend for how he treated Frodo and how he looked out for Frodo. Because at the end of the first movie, Frodo's decided to go off and do his own thing, but Sam goes along with him. Um, would have loved to see again more of that, more of their adventures traveling over Middle Earth. Um, with Smeagol and Sam, because again, it just when it shows them on their adventure, it doesn't stick with them for too long. It focuses more on the battle with between the other humans versus the orcs and all that, and it focuses more on that. But again, that is supposed to be the big bulk of it, of both movies. But I just would have preferred to see more of Frodo, Sam, and Smeagol slash Gollum's adventures. And I knew instantly, when Frodo throws Smeagol off the cliff, that wasn't going to be the last that I saw of him. I knew, not because it was spoiled on me, but I just knew that wasn't going to be the last time we saw Gollum. That it would be when they get into the gates of Mordor. That would be it when we see him again. And I have to say, I was not expecting to see Smeagol's backstory at the beginning of this movie. Seeing him not as Gollum, and then see him being instantly obsessed with this ring, so to the point where he killed his best friend. Because I thought it was Smeagol. The way it was mentioned in Fellowship, uh, I thought it was Smeagol who found the ring. But it wasn't. It was Smeagol's friend, who then, of course, Smeagol killed. And it was interesting, seeing the different stages of Smeagol turning into Gollum, and then of course, that Heckle and Hyde situation that goes on in his mind. The other thing that I did not like, and that's just because I'm an arachnophobe, I couldn't even watch the spider scene. That's just me. It's even the same when I'm watching Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, or you know, there's, as far as I'm aware, only two spider episodes of Doctor Who throughout its entire 60-year run, not including the Rachnos, just like proper spiders. The Planet of the Spider, the last John Pertwee episode, which I'd never seen, and I think I would be able to sit through that though, because they're not, it's not CG, it's all like puppetry type of stuff. That I'd find easier. But when it comes to arachnids in the UK, the episode 3 of season 11, uh, I couldn't watch that. I couldn't even watch it on my rewatch because I am a massive arachnophobe. But yeah, I loved it. I love the battle. I love the final, big clash and all that. I love the fact that Aragon gets his ancestral sword fixed, and he uses that to claim his rightful place as king of men, and unite the different factions of men. The Rohans and the other one that name is escaping me. I did enjoy that. Again, I loved seeing the friendship develop between the dwarf and Legolas. Gimli. Again, they're not really that well utilized in the trilogy. Again, that's one of the things that I have issues. Legolas just doesn't say much at all in the entire trilogy. I would have loved to see him say more stuff instead of just standing around in the background saying nothing. Maybe in the extended editions he does, but as I said at the beginning of this video, I'm not watching the extended edition. So I'm happy now to say that I have finally watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy. But here's another question that might come up: is am I going to watch the Hobbit movies? The answer is I don't know. I don't know because I've heard nothing but bad things about the Hobbit movies. And that's put me off it quite a bit. Uh, but maybe, because as far from what I know, and someone can correct me in the comments, the Hobbit trilogy of movies is literally them stretching one book into 3 movies. Which, again, I don't know how I feel about that. But I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But that has been my review of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Now that we're at the end, as I said, in my personal opinion, Fellowship of the Ring is the best of the trilogy. It's the one that I felt was near perfect. I didn't mind Two Towers that much. It was okay. And this one is better than the Two Towers, but not as good as Fellowship, in my opinion. And that's that. That's going to wrap up the second week of the trilogy reviews. And next week, I will of course be doing another brand new another trilogy. These are movies that I have seen before, like Star Wars last week. The main reason why I'm doing it, and I will of course explain it again when I do them, is because I want to give the third movie of this trilogy another go, because I didn't like it when it came out, and my opinions might change. And that is Men in Black. Not counting Men in Black International, to me that does not exist. Again, I'll probably end up explaining all that again when I do my review for the first Men in Black, because as you know, this is coming out late in August. I'm recording this on July 5th, and I only just got my Blu-ray copy of Men in Black 2 in the post. So, anyway, that's going to wrap up this video. Let me know what you thought of my trilogy reviews of The Lord of the Rings as a first-time watch, as well as what you think of The Lord of the Rings itself in the comments down below. I no longer now own my Blu-ray copies of them in my box set that I had. I traded that in because I don't think I'm going to return to the Lord of the Rings movies anytime soon. Maybe in a couple of years' time, I might. out of the trilogy, the only one that I think I would want to own would be Fellowship, because as I said, that's my personal favorite of the trilogy. But anyway, that's gonna wrap this up. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. There should be a pickups video tomorrow, unless I have something else scheduled. I won't know until we get closer to when this comes out. But yeah, I'll see you on Monday for my Men in Black review.